I'm a nurse in a family practice office, and many of my diabetic patients complain that they have to give up all the good stuff. As a diabetic myself, I understand what they're saying. So, it is my goal to take good, wholesome foods that we enjoy and tweak them to make them diabetic friendly. So that is what I'm going to be showing you today, how to make diabetic friendly foods from the foods we have always enjoyed. Today we are making a bread based on an Irish soda bread recipe. Irish soda bread is made with wheat flour, salt, soda, and buttermilk. Our diabetic friendly version is made with 3 cups of spelt flour, 1 cup of ground flax, 1/2 cup of a superfood protein unflavored powder, which I purchased at Walmart, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 cup of buttermilk, and 2 eggs. Set your oven to 400 degrees. You will need 2 8-inch cake pans, a sheet of parchment paper, and some flour for kneading your bread when you get it mixed. Now, I am going to add the flax, the protein powder, the soda, and the salt. We're going to thoroughly mix this so that all the ingredients are distributed evenly. Turning the bowl as you do so just helps you to get it a little better, more thoroughly mixed. Okay, now create a well in the middle of your flour, and into that we're going to pour our buttermilk, and then I always crack my eggs into the dish one at a time, then pour them in, just to make sure that you haven't gotten a hold of a bad egg. And I know we all know some bad eggs, but we don't want them in our bread. So we are going to now mix the bread, and it's going to be a little bit of a sticky dough. Just kind of mix your egg and your milk, your eggs and your milk there in the middle, and then as you do that, it starts picking up flour on the side, thus creating your dough. We're just going to continue to work that until we have a nice dough to work with. And with this, the eggs help to replace the gluten that you have in a wheat flour, but you do not have as much gluten in a spelt. Spelt has a highly digestible form of gluten that is much easier on you than the gluten in wheat. So now we're going to just kind of mix it with our hands, get it into a good dough. Good cooking always involves using your hands. I used to watch my grandmother make bread, and she always mixed it with her hands. And she made the best sweet rolls of anybody I have ever known. Nothing compared to my granny's sweet rolls. Okay, just to let you know, even the best cooks have bloopers, okay? I realized that I had left 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk out of this recipe when I mixed it earlier. And so it is okay with this recipe, if you do something like that, to go ahead and add it in, because it will not hurt the recipe at all. So it is 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk, not 1 cup, as I said earlier. So you do have a sticky dough when it is mixed properly. Now we are going to put it on our parchment once again with a little bit of flour. And this is spelt flour that I'm using. And just dump it out of the bowl. And it's like I told you, the first time it's going to be a sticky dough. Okay, and then you're going to, again, use your hands, like my grandmother did, and just sprinkle a little flour on top of it also, so that you aren't sticking to everything. And you're going to knead it. And I actually try my recipes out on my coworkers. And one of my coworkers, Sky, wanted to know if I had a loaf of it back at my desk someplace, because he really liked the flavor of the bread. So, you know, it's not just for diabetics. It's a delicious bread that anyone can enjoy, and it's a very healthy bread. So now, once again, when we get it all kneaded into a nice ball that is no longer trying to stick to everything, this is the way it should have been to start with. There we have a nice soft dough, and I love the feel of bread dough before it bakes. It's just got a smooth texture that, again, makes me think of my mom and my grandmother. And then we're going to put it in the pan. And once again, cut our cross into it, about 1/4 of an inch deep. On goes our lid, ready to put in the oven. It is delicious artisan bread out of your own oven. It's delicious, it's beautiful. You can impress your friends and be healthy with a diabetic-friendly bread that everyone will love. It's healthy and it's delicious.